Welcome back to Suzika Kitchen. Thank you so much, viewers, for all the love. So, today we're making a Christmas rum cake, which is a rum fruit cake, very popularly known. And this is a very famous delicacy. We need to soak all the dry fruits 6 months back, 1 year back, or even few weeks back before Christmas. So, you can choose your own way. So, we're taking 100 grams of black currant, which is finely chopped, as you can see, then 50 grams of candied ginger, then 100 grams of walnut, which is also chopped. All of these are chopped by me, finely chopped. Then 100 grams of dates without the seeds, I've even chopped them. 100 grams of apricot, as you see, I've chopped these as well. 100 grams of candied orange, I finely chopped these as well. You need an empty jar so that you can store all of these fruits, and you need 180 ml of rum, which is black rum. You can take Old Monk or any black rum which you prefer. You can add all the dry fruits in the jar now. Add all of these dry fruits in the jar which are finely chopped, as you can see. You got to do the layering process where you layer all of these together. I'm adding the apricots, the dates, the walnut, everything that I finely chopped. You just need to layer all of this. There's no way to add it, you can just add it in your own process. However, at the end, you need to fill the jar till the brim. These are black currants, which I had showed in the beginning. These are as well finely chopped, as mentioned earlier. Now, all of the dry fruits I'm completing the process by adding all of it together. Now it's going to be time to add the rum in the jar. See, as you see, I'm taking 120 ml of rum in the dry fruit jar, and I'm adding all of this, and I'm taking a measuring cup. So I know I'm not going to over the board, and I'm not going too less as well. I've poured 120 ml of rum in this jar already. And now it's time to mix. You can use a spoon, a stick, anything, and mix it all. Now 1 cup of sugar is what I have taken aside, and I'm going to try to caramelize it. I'm going to caramelize the sugar in the pan, where I'm heating a pan on the gas. Added 1 cup of sugar in So you can see I've kept this on a medium in a slow flame, and this is all getting caramelized. I don't need to add, just add once the sugar starts turning brown, start swirling. I haven't added any water. It is a residue of the sugar which is leaving the water. So start swirling so that there's no burning on the edges. And then once you start seeing it's become dark brown, I'm using this for the color on the cake. I'm adding half a cup of water. So this is like the brown color which I actually need for the cake is ready. So this will give a very rich cake, a color to my cake, and which is going to be very rich in color, because a plum cake has to be brown and dark brown. So this is a caramel is ready now. So as you've seen, first I melted the sugar, then I swirled it, and then I added water once I seen the heating process is done. So I've kept the caramelized sugar aside, and these are the ingredients that I need for the cake now. Half teaspoon of ginger powder. It's easily available in any supermarket or store, so you can really go ahead and buy it from there. Half teaspoon of ginger powder, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. As you can see, I've mentioned it above. 100 grams of cashews, So we've already soaked our dry fruits, but these are going to give the crunch and crust to the fruit cake. I need quarter of a nutmeg. So I have taken a nutmeg, powdered it and taken a quarter, like a pinch of it. 1/8 of the cloves. I have also taken this like a powdered version of the clove powder. 2 tablespoons of treacle. So this is a treacle, it's easily available in any cake shop. This is to enrich the brown color more, so you can use this. 2 tablespoons of orange zest. This zest is actually very necessary to flavor balance the entire cake. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder, which is also there for flavoring and fragrance and essences on the fruit cake, which is very rich. 1 cup of maida. 1 orange juice. Like you take an orange, you juice it up, so it'll hardly be 2 tablespoons or something, 2 or 3 tablespoons. 200 grams of butter. I've taken butter on room temperature. Do not take butter which is freezing, and do not heat or melt the butter. So it should be on a room temperature. 200 grams of brown sugar. These all are used for color actually. 4 eggs. Brown sugar will also add the brown color more. Now take the soaked dry fruits. As I told you, I had soaked these dry fruits which I showed you, and I'm adding 1 cup maida to it. All the dry fruits from the jar. Now 1 cup maida is what I have used for it, and I'm going to now mix this maida very well and coat it. It's important that the dry fruits are coated with the maida very well, and do it delicately with the spoon. You don't need to do it very fast. You need to do it so that it's like coated. You can see maida coated on dry fruit. On another bowl, take 200 grams of room temperature butter. Then take 200 grams of brown sugar. And it's going to be time to whisk it. You need to whisk this very well till it's mixed well and it's a smooth consistency. As you can see very clearly, this is exactly how we want it. And then we add 1 egg at a time from the 4 eggs. You don't need to add the eggs all together, otherwise it will separate the mixture. So add 1 egg at a time in this batter and nicely whisk it, and again add the another egg. So it's going to be a step-by-step process which you need to follow. You'll be able to do your baking at the right process. Remember, the eggs were also on the room temperature. It was not removed from the fridge. It was on the room temperature. So it's important whenever you're baking something, everything should be on the room temperature. These are certain tips and tricks which will help your baking to be perfect. Now it's time that I add orange zest and I add the orange juice, the extract from the orange. This is going to make it very rich and flavorful. 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence and 2 tablespoons of treacle. Now this is actually going to give you the color. Even the caramel. Now you see I have 120 ml of caramel which I had melted the sugar. I'm using that as well. And a quarter pinch of nutmeg powder. So all of this is just to add the flavor. 1/8 of the clove powder. And the 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Now it's time to whisk all of these ingredients together. 1/2 teaspoon of ginger powder. And now I'm going to go ahead and whisk it. I'm going to whisk it in one process. Do not whisk it on both the ways. Just whisk it in one process, like one way, again and again. As you see, this is all going to come together very well. I need to blend it, mix it, whisk it very well. Now this is the batter, how it looks. It doesn't look too appealing, I know that. However, this is exactly how we want it. And now it's time to add the richness. We're going to add all the soaked dry fruits in the batter and we're going to mix this. This is a very beautiful process. Trust me, this is very, very delicious, this cake, when you make it. This time it was amazing. Everybody just asked me to make another set for them. That's how tasty it was. Because when you soak all of these dry fruits and keep it even for a week or two before Christmas, it's going to give you the flavor. Now you remember I had cut some cashew nuts, so I'm adding those as well. You gotta give the crunch to this entire cake, which is actually how it is supposed to be. Now I've mixed it with a cut and fold method, and now I have greased a cake mold. This is a round mold, and I've added the batter inside that with a butter paper. And I have preheated my oven for 180 degrees for 15 minutes, and I'm putting the cake inside the oven now on 180 degrees, as you can see, for 15 minutes. First I had preheated it, and then I have made the oven hot, and then I've added the cake inside that. So as you see, the batter isn't sticking to my toothpick. That means it's all ready after 15 minutes, and the house was full of all the fragrance. Now I'm making this, just checking whether the cake is baked very well on all the sides, and now it's time to add some more rum. Yes, I am going to add some more rum. When the cake is still warm, you do not cool the cake and add the rum. It needs to be warm. That's when you add the rum, so that the cake soaks in the entire rum, and it actually makes it more juicy and more tasty. Trust me, this is the best process. Because and then now you need to tie it very well, and I kept it for 3 days aside. Do not open it till you do not want to serve it. The more you keep it on a room temperature, do not freeze it as well. Nicely wrap it and keep it somewhere in your kitchen covered up. You do not need to freeze it, and trust me, after 2 or 3 days when you cut this during Christmas week or on Christmas Day, it is going to be amazing. I have opened mine on the Christmas day. So as I said, I kept it for 2 to 3 days, and post that, this is how it comes around. There's a lot of wrapping, but it is really worth it. All the efforts that you put on this Christmas cake is really worth it. You try it once, it's ready to serve, and I'm going to cut a piece for myself because this is really delicious. It's come out very well. I'm cutting a small slice, and here you see the richness of all the ingredients within it, and it was, trust me, very amazing. So do make this for your friends, family, and try this. Thank you so much for all your love. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.